gentlemen, a very good afternoon and welcome. My name's Damien, I'm the auctioneer. It's my great pleasure on behalf of Ray White Real Estate in Glen, Waverley, and Marc Lum and his team, who have been synonymous with property sales throughout the area here. Of course, it's our great pleasure to welcome you today to our public sale and auction here. Number 66 Portland Street in Mulgrave is the property we put up for your bidding and competition. A beautiful European built home that is absolutely stunning. A first class home in a first class location. Buyers, it's first in the auction contract that I draw your attention. The particulars of sale read as follows: that Ray White Real Estate is the selling agent today. We sell for and on behalf of our vendor that property known to you and I simply as number 66 Portland Street here in Mulgrave. We sell the property today by way of public auction. If you are the successful purchaser, shortly we will welcome you inside to sign the contract of sale. The deposit is 10% of the sale price. That can be paid by a small deposit today, and then the balance of course can occur by way of bank transfer or bank cheque on Monday. The settlement terms are 90 to 120 days from today's date, and vacant possession will go to our highest bidder. Buyers forming part of the contract of sale and attached to it, the vendor's statement or section 32 document outlines all the relevant council zoning and planning information. It has been on display. It is a very straightforward auction contract indeed. I must advise you by law that today's auction shall be conducted in accordance with those laws set out in Schedule 1 of the Sale of Land Regulations and any additional information that was made available prior to the commencement of today's auction. Those rules permit the making of vendor bids by me as the auctioneer. During the auction, I'll clearly state the words vendor bid. If I take a bid on behalf of the vendor, I'll indicate bidders upon request, and there are substantial penalties for anyone who should engage in any disruptive or prohibitive conduct here at today's auction. Buyers, lastly and most importantly, you need to be aware that I cannot accept any late bid or offer for the property after I have declared it sold. So if you're here today with the interest to purchase, and I know that there are a number of you here today with the interest to purchase, then of course you need to be that highest bidder when we knock the property down to you and call it sold, because after I have declared it sold, I can't reopen the bidding and accept any late bid or offer. Buyers, what a great opportunity to be able to purchase here today. The rain has certainly just held off in time for us. We've had a few wet auctions already today, but here the sun shines in this pocket of Mulgrave, certainly for the moment. And of course what we have on offer is a beautiful European built family home that sits proudly here adjacent to parkland here in Portland Street. This is your front yard, if you like. Have a look at it. It's a fantastic reserve and playground area. But buyers on offer, of course, we've got a beautiful family home. 5 generous bedrooms throughout that ensuite bathroom to the master bedroom, and of course 3 bathrooms in total. Fantastic off-street parking both here on the apron here in front, and then that double garage there as we go inside there with the access then through and under. Buyers, an abundance of open plan living space here, and the position ticks all the boxes. Not only is it adjacent to parkland, we're only moments away from Waverley Garden Shopping Centre, and we're only moments away from Eastlink, moments away from the M1, and around about 25 k's from the CBD. So everything is here and on your doorstep. Marc Lum and his team have done a fantastic job bringing this property to market, and we're certainly excited about selling it today. Our owners have set a realistic reserve price. Their intentions today are to sell to the highest bidder. To whom and for how much? We are here to determine. Buyers, who'd like to be the first one to get us underway? An opening bid or offer to start, I'm in your hands.
125.
125. Welcome and good luck there. At 1,250,000, it is at 1.25. 1 1/4 is the bid to beat. Where do we go from here, buyers? Maybe a $20,000 rise. At 1 1/4. At 1.25, there it is. At 1,250,000, who's going to make it 70? At 1,250,000, can I call a $20,000 rise from here? Great opening bid and offer there. At 1,250,000. 1,250,000, who's going to call it 1,270,000 now? At 1,250,000 is the bid. At 1,250,000, can I call it 70 now? At 70, welcome and good luck today. At 70 is the bid. At 70 now we have, do we go 90? At 90 now, and it is. At 90's the bid across the road. 1,290,000 now. At 1,290,000's the bid at 1,290,000. At 1,290,000 now, do we go to 1.3 maybe? At 1,290,000 it is. At 1,290,000 it's here at 1,290,000. At 1,290,000, happy to see it. $10,000 rise if you like from here. Who's going to make it 1,300,000? At 1,290,000 across the road. 1,290,000 this stage. We're under the reserve. I can't sell it to you anyway. Let's go 1,000,003. At 1,000,003 if you like now. At 1,000,003. At 1,000,003, can I say it's here at 1,290,000. 1,290,000 across the road here at 1,290,000. At 1,290,000, who's going to make it 1,000,003? At 1,200,000, 1.3 now. At 1,000,003 and 10. At 1,310,000 now. At 1,310's the bid at 1,310,000. At 1,310,000, who's going to make it 20? At 1,310,000 is here. Happy to see new bidding if you like. Here at 1,310,000. 1,310's the bid at 1,310,000. Where do we go from here, buyers? For a $10,000 rise at 1,310,000. Once then, here we go, buyers across the road. 1,310,000. Don't miss the opportunity. Twice, buyers, are we done? 1,310,000. It's here across the road. Don't miss it now. Who's going to make it 20? $1,310,000. Can we call it 20 now? Yep, 1,310,000. Are we done? Once then, bidding here at 1,310,000. Twice then, here. 1,310,000 it is. 2 now. 30 straight back. 40 if you like. 30's here. 1,330,000. 1,330,000's here. Do we go 40? 1,330,000 it's here at 1,330,000. At 1,330,000 it is. 1,330,000 now. At 1,330,000 is the bid at 1,330,000. 40 now. 40's the bid. 1,340,000 now. At 1,340,000 it is at 1,340,000. At 1,340,000 is the bid at 1,340,000. Do we go 50? At 1,340,000 now. 1,340,000. 340 is the bid over a million now. 1,340,000. Hold the bid here. Are we done, buyers, at 1,340,000? First call, here's the bid here in front, 1,340,000. Are we done? Are we finished? Are we silent? 1,340,000 it is. Twice now, are we done, buyers? 1,340,000 buyers, that's the number to beat. What do we say? Are we done? 1,340,000. Don't miss the opportunity for a $10,000 rise. 1,340,000 it is. Here, 1,340,000. Ryan, are we done? 1,340,000 it is. Calling for a $10,000 bid, or better bid if you like, at 1,340,000. 1,340,000's here in front. Are we done, buyers, at 1,340,000? Buyers? Yes. What about 50? I'm under the reserve. I can't quite sell it to you yet anyway. Do we go 50? 1,340,000's here. 50, it's there. But I'm happy to take it.
We're on the market selling.
And selling now. 350 it is. 1,350,000 on the market and selling, buyers at 1,350,000. 1,350,000. 60 here. That's 60 bid. That's 60 bid here. 1,360,000 and 65. At 1,365,000 it's here now. At 1,365,000. 70 now we have. At 70 bid. At 1,370,000 now. 1,370,000. At 1,370 buyers. Don't miss the opportunity. It's here. Happy to take 5 from you, sir, if you like. At 1,370,000. At 1,370,000. Happy to take it. 72.5 now. At 72.5 now. 1,372.5. Do we go 75? 72.5 to bid. 1,372,500. 1,372,500. Are we done? Yep, 1,372,500. It's here. Yep, 1,372,500. Happy to take it 2.5. 2.5.
1.380.
Oh, good bid. 1,380,000. At 1,380,000. What do we go from here?
2.5.
And 2.5. 382.5 now. 1,382.5's the bid. Yep, 1,382.5 it is. At 1,382.5 now, buyers. 1,382.5 is here. 1,382.5. Don't miss it for a $2,500 rise. Yep, $1,382,500 bid across the road, buyers. Don't miss it now. On the market and selling, if you've just joined us, don't miss the opportunity. It's here and now. At 1,372,000.
385.
385. 385 it is. 385's the bid. At 385 now.
88.
88 now, 388, 1,388,000 it is. Yep, 1,388,000, do we go 90? 90's good bidding, away we go at 90. At 90's the call, at 90 it is.
1-4.
Good bid, there we go guys, 1,400,000 it is, happy to see a bid from here, what do we say? At 1,400,000 is the call. At 1,400,000, do we go 2 from here at 1,402,000, can I say? At 1,400,000 is the bid. At 1,400,000 it is here at $1.4 million buyers, don't miss the opportunity. At 1,400,000, at 1,400,000 it is even money at 1,400,000 here across the road buyers, what do we say?
141.
1,410,000, 4401. 10, good bidding. 1,410,000, Peter against your bidder here. At 1,410,000. At 1,410,000 is the call. And 11. And 11 now, and away we go in ones. At 11 it is. 1,411,000 here. At 1,411,000 it is buyers. What do we say? 1,411,000. 15's good bid. 15 it is. 16 straight back. 16's here. 1,416,000 it is against your bidder here. 1,416,000. Are we done? 1,416,000 on the market, the selling market. We finished here at 1,416,000. At 1,416,000 it is across the road at 1,416,000. Don't miss the opportunity. 17. 18 and straight back. 1,418,000 now. At 1,418,000. 1,418,000 is the call at 1,418,000. Are we done by 1,418,000? I hold the bid here. 1,418,000. 20's the bid. 20 it is, Peter here. At 1,420,000 here at 1,420,000. At 1,420,000 is the call at 1,420,000. 21 it is. At 21 now. At 1,421,000 now at 1,421,000. At 1,421,000 is the call buyers. What a great buying opportunity we have here in front of us. 1,421,000 is the call. Are we done buyers at 1,421,000? At $1,421,000 bid here. What do we say? Looks like it's come down just to the 2. Mark, can you confirm? Is your bidder in or out? Yes, $1,421,000. Done, finished and silent here.
4,000. 1,425.
1,425 now to 1,425 is the bid. At 1,425 is the call at 1,425. $1,425,000 bid here at 1,425. Against your bidder there, Peter, 1,425,000. 1,425,000 is the call. Here we go, buyers. 1,425,000. At $1,425,000 bid here. Are we done? What's then here? 1,425,000. 1,425,000. Peter against you there. At 1,425,000. Twice then. Need to know, buyers. Are we done? Can't accept a late bidder offer after we've knocked the property down and declared it sold. 1,425,000 it is then. Third and final call, need to know. Are we done? Finished and silent. 1,425,000. Do we go one more? 26. 26 it is. $1,426,000 at $1,426,000. 1,426,000 is the call. 27. 27 now, Peter, it's here. 27 it is. 1,427,000 at $1,427,000. Don't miss the opportunity now. 1,427,000 at $1,427,000 is here in front. Calling for $1,000 or better bid.
30.
Good bid. There we go, guys. 1,430,000 at $1,430,000 now. 1,430,000. 31 straight back at $1,431,000 now. 1,431,000. It's here now in front at 1,431,000. At $1,431,000 bid here at 1,431,000. Are you sure? 1,431,000. Are you definitely done? 1,431,000 it is. Definitely out, Peter. Are you sure? Can you hear the audio okay? Are you sure? 1,431,000 it's here, buyers. Are we done, finished and silent? Then here we go. No late bids or offers. 1,431,000. First call. Are we done, finished and silent? Mark and his team have done a great job here in Mulgrave. Please speak to them if you're considering any of your real estate needs. 1,431,000 then. Twice then. Are we done? Third and final call. Are we done, finished and silent? Definitely finished across the road. 32. 32 it is. Just stringing along. 33 it's straight back, Peter. 33 it is now. 33 is the bid. 1,433. At 1,433 it is. Got plenty of time.
Yeah, definitely out now.
Next auction's out.
Definitely out now.
Are you sure? You said that earlier. Definitely. Done. 1,433 it is, buyers. Can't accept a late bidder offer after I've declared sold. Are we done, finished and silent? At $1,433,000. Here we go. Once then, buyers. One more before you go. Definitely done. 1,433. Twice then, selling. Are we done? No late bids or offers, buyers. 1,433. Are we done? Third and final call. We sell away if there is no better bid. $1,433,000. Mark and Ryan and the team have done a great job here. Put your hands together for the new owner. It is sold. Congratulations and well purchased today. Commiserations to our underbidders. Thank you for attending another successful Ray White auction and have a great weekend. Thank you.